Lysa TerKeurst's Good Boundaries and Goodbyes is a heartfelt and practical guide to navigating relationships with wisdom and strength. Known for her vulnerability and honesty, TerKeurst shares lessons from her own journey of heartbreak, healing, and rediscovering self-worth. The book begins with the premise that boundaries are biblical. Far from being selfish, boundaries reflect God's design for healthy relationships. TerKeurst points to Scripture where God sets limits between light and darkness, good and evil, even life and death, as evidence that boundaries are part of divine wisdom. A central theme is boundaries as love. TerKeurst insists that boundaries are not about punishment or rejection, but about protecting what is sacred. They allow us to love others without losing ourselves. Another key theme is the courage to say goodbye. Sometimes relationships become toxic or destructive. TerKeurst emphasizes that letting go is not failure, but an act of faith and self-preservation. The book explores major lessons for healthy relationships. Boundaries protect love. They prevent resentment and burnout. Boundaries reflect self-respect. They affirm that your needs and values matter. Boundaries require clarity. Communicating limits directly prevents confusion. Boundaries invite accountability. They encourage others to take responsibility for their actions. Goodbyes can be holy. Ending harmful relationships can open space for healing. Practical insights include: define limits clearly. Know what behaviors you will and will not accept. Communicate with compassion. Boundaries should be expressed with kindness, not anger. Expect resistance. Some people will push back against boundaries. Persistence is key. Seek support. Counselors, mentors, or faith communities can provide strength. Trust God. Boundaries align with His desire for peace and wholeness. TerKeurst weaves personal stories, biblical teaching, and practical advice. She shares her own struggles with betrayal and loss, making the book deeply relatable. Her vulnerability invites readers to see boundaries not as abstract principles, but as lived realities. Another theme is the balance of love and truth. TerKeurst argues that love without boundaries becomes enabling, while boundaries without love becomes harsh. Healthy relationships require both. The book also emphasizes the importance of self-care. Boundaries protect emotional, spiritual, and physical health, allowing individuals to thrive rather than merely survive. The book closes with a reminder: boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about keeping love safe. Goodbyes, though painful, can be acts of obedience and courage that lead to greater freedom. At its core, Good Boundaries and Goodbyes is about empowerment. It invites readers to embrace limits as a way to love wisely, live authentically, and trust God with relationships.